Hey guys, welcome back to Beer Bubbles, the number one bubbleless podcast in the world. This one today is a bit of a spontaneous episode, I guess.
Spontaneous. It's been 4 weeks in the making, but then we didn't really talk about what we're going to talk about.
No, it's
we just tried to get a date that we could do it together.
Yeah, today we're going to talk a little bit about the industry we work in, specifically working as a beer bartender or a beertender.
Yes,
because there's a difference, I believe.
Oh well,
you're
the nerdy one.
Not that nerdy sometimes.
Okay, yeah.
But before we begin, we've been working our asses off today.
Yeah, but maybe that's why we came up with this idea, because we've been doing stuff that you don't do in a normal bar.
No, and the stuff that the guests never see.
Yes.
As well. But we're going to start with a beer.
Okay, you decide.
And these are newly renovated glasses.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about renovating glasses in a moment when we've had a chance to try. I haven't tried this one. And this one we just ordered. It was actually kegged.
Yeah.
I think it was Thursday last week.
Oh. So this is a brewery called Television Brewery, located in Bromma.
And this is their session IPA called Sunrise, I think.
And I've clocked off, so I'm going to have this. Mark, you can have this as well.
Well, I'm going to clock in a few hours again, but I'm going to clock in doing something.
I'll take more than...
I'll do something that you don't do as a normal bartender as well.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that too. This is Villa Sunrise Session IPA on 4.6% from Television. Hi, Fredrik.
Hi, Fredrik.
You're a cool guy.
Yes. Don't move to France. We need you here. No.
He's going to move to France?
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it. Well, we start off with a cheer.
Cheers.
It's a light, fresh,
for citrusy, being what it is,
hoppy IPA.
It's hazy, but it's not hazy.
It's not
much juicy.
Hazy. No, it's not juicy. It's still very fresh and citrusy and has a little tone of bitterness to it.
Yeah. I'm losing my...
You're losing your
headphones. There we are. That's better.
Didn't put it in correctly.
I've got stereo now.
CC and holes. No. What is the difference between working in a regular bar or a cocktail bar and a beer bar?
Well, you tell me. You've been doing it now for a while.
I never dished so many glasses.
Well, washing up is one thing, and really taking care of your glassware.
Yeah.
Because glassware is extremely important when it comes to beer.
And keg lines.
So I've been doing the keg lines today, which means I've put a special cleaning agent into our...
Puriflex?
Something like that.
It's called Puriflex.
There's a few different white ones, Pipeline, Puriflex. But basically you fill up your keg, your line system, your beer lines with this detergent or agent, leave it for about 45 minutes, and then you rinse it thoroughly with water.
Yeah. And the cool thing is that you can see on the color. So when it's clean, it's supposed to be purple.
The actual agent is purple.
Yeah.
So when you run it through your lines and your lines are clean, the agent is purple.
Yeah. And the dirtier your line is, the more darker green the color will be when you pour it out in the beginning.
If it's really ugly, it's brown.
It's brown. And if it's horrible, it's like black.
Oh, yeah.
So, and about every 3 weeks is the optimized cleaning.
You can get away with doing every 4th week if you change your beers often and will change between different beers and run water through your system all the time. But
absolute maximum 6 weeks, absolute maximum.
Oh yeah,
but that's if you change kegs a lot and run them with water in between. So we have two different. Here, that could we have two different.
We actually got a bit of a heads up. People think we are a bit too accurate, but hey, we work in there.
Yeah, we work here, and
we kind of like our workplace.
Yeah, they sponsor us, so it's we have the regular tap lines with 9 taps, which is our regular, always on. So that one we don't run through with water as much as we do the guest taps, which are 15. But then we change beers at least once a week, I would say, on every tap is changed. So, and then while we change them, we run them through with water, and you get all that extra
Yeah, you get
goo
all
that's in the tap.
shite out.
Yeah. So that lasts a little bit longer. But for the real ale, for example, that's optimized for 2 weeks, every 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, of
because
course.
that's a fresh live beer, so it's...
It's also like unfiltered beer sticks more to the beer lines than filtered beer. Sour beer needs cleaning off more often than non-sour beers because of it can attract bacteria much easier.
For example, if you have like a smoked beer on tap, that sits in the tap line very well. So if you're gonna change to something else that isn't smoky afterwards, clean your goddamn tap line.
Oh yeah,
because otherwise, if you put on a pilsner afterwards, that's gonna have a bit of smoke to it and off flavors, and that's not very nice. But how do you know the tap lines aren't clean? How can you know this?
well, the worst case scenario, all your beers start tasting like butter or butterscotch or butter that's gone off a bit. It's a compound called diacetyl that starts to build in the lines, especially with unfiltered beers, but also other beers when you don't clean them.
Yeah, and I would say a lot of places has it. A lot of places. I'm not going to say which places, but a lot of places have it. It's...
Well, the big problem is that Swedish beer bars or Swedish bars have had a tradition of not cleaning their own lines. So they've had a contract with one of the big ones, and they've come every 4th to 7th weeks and clean the lines for them.
Maybe.
Well, don't be too harsh now.
No, I'm not gonna be
they
too harsh.
normally do. Some of them has started using new systems where actually the restaurant or bar or pub themselves should clean the lines. My big issue is that they haven't educated the staff enough.
Yeah, that's also another problem. Like, everybody doesn't know.
Oh.
Like, our friends, I can't just say their names because they asked me, Aaron and Leo, at the guys who had Corner Club before, as we talked about on the podcast, they have a Rumble Sway now. When I was at their
Great
place...
cocktail bar.
Fantastic cocktail bar. Have a party on Sunday. Next Sunday. No, it's Sunday.
That's not advertising accurate. That's advertising them.
That's advertising Rumble Sway. Rumble Sway. No, and they asked me, because they started to learn when they were working with us that, oh, you have to clean your tap lines? Like, yes. And they started asking questions. So last time I was there, they sent me out to the bar and like, taste all our beers. But they were clean. They were very nice. Yeah. So they have people coming there and cleaning them for them, which is nice. But the education is very important, I think. And that's... Not all places get that.
No, and it's actually sometimes you get people coming in here that think the beer is off because it's too clean.
Yeah,
because they're used to having these. Diacetyl is just one of the things that can happen, but it's the most common one, and diacetyl is actually existent in some beer types. So you just need to know what you're drinking as well. Not because if you're having a Czech Pilsner, it might not be bad, even though you have a bit of diacetyl to it.
Probably have it. And then also one thing is very interesting is that some relays also have that kind of tone, but it's more of like a fudge tone. A lot of them. And you can very easily...
Well, the thing is, the diacetyl is something that the yeast produces when it ferments as well. And in a real ale, you have a fermentation on site.
Yeah, exactly.
Which means you'll end up with a hint of diacetyl in your beer.
Yeah.
If it ferments good.
Yeah, exactly. And it's supposed to be that. So some people are scared.
Just a tiny bit.
Yeah, tiny. Not a buttered popcorn in your face.
No.
But renovating glasses, as I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, you've been doing that all day. It took you 6 hours to do, what was it, maybe 400 glasses?
No, about 300, I think. 300.
Well, 200 of them were mine for my tasting.
102 were yours.
102 were mine.
102. These glasses right here, as you see in the video if you're on Patreon.
Yeah.
Shout out to our patron. Renovating glasses is that, so for example, every bar that wants clean beer glasses has their own machine for that, which there's not allowed anything else but the beer glasses that has had beer in it. Yeah, it's no fat from the kitchen, no grease, nothing like that. So for today, for example, when I took down the old glasses that's been standing on a shelf for too long, they were covered in grease.
Well, the shelves are quite close to the kitchen. You get grease from the kitchen. So you had to pour them through the normal machine first, then
with
renovate
clean
them.
water in that one, of course.
And then renovate them. And you do that with a special compound as well called Renovate.
Yeah, it's actually called Renovate. And that cleans away when you dish your glasses and they get dirty and they create like a surface on the inside. It's not dangerous. It's not like unhealthy. It's not you're not gonna get sick, but it does this thing when you pour the beer, and especially as we pour the beer when we slam the beer, or when you
pour it straight down the glass.
Straight down the glass, so you create this foam heading up. You can see on the sides if it creates bubbles on the side.
Yeah, but it sticks to the sides of the glass. The glass is dirty.
When that happens, it actually kills the foam, basically.
But it affects the carbon dioxide inside the beer, so the carbon dioxide explodes out of the beer, and the beer oxidizes faster, and you don't get any of the nice carbon dioxide in the beer.
No, exactly, because when you pour it hard straight down the glass, the gases flees up to the top and basically starts building protein that builds the foam.
Well, they don't build the protein.
No,
Protein's in the beer.
Yeah, but they start to latch together or something. I read that somewhere. It's very deep. But yeah, that's what happens. So when you don't have a clean glass, that's going to happen. And that's not fun, because that creamy, nice foam you want going to disappear very quickly.
Yeah, and since there's no head on the beer, the surface area that is actually the oxygen surface area in contact with oxygen is bigger, which means your beer is going to oxidize faster and will go not just flat, but it will taste a bit off.
Yeah, because a lot of people, when I was working at other places, always left about maybe 5 to 10 centiliters in the glass, and they said, no, it doesn't taste good anymore. That quickly. It goes that quickly before the beer starts to turn bad. So a lot of people order like 33 centiliters instead, so they can drink it faster, to not have that last bit that was bad, so to say.
But this was good.
This was really nice.
Really nice beer.
This one.
You who watched the video, you can tell how much I like this one, because it's already empty.
I had a little bit more, so I missed.
Oh, well, I'm going to grab another glass and I'm going to open the second one. And this is Sommarsnö.
Summer snow. Which can happen in Sweden.
So, cheers.
Oh, cheers again.
This is a bit more on the juicy side.
Yep.
Still good, though. Nice balance.
But not
a little hint of bitterness in the aftertaste. Really light.
Yeah, but not super hazy. Like, just a little bit juicy. Yes. Also from Television Brewery. Maybe we should say that for the people who doesn't watch the video.
Yes. Nice glasses. Well cleaned.
Well cleaned.
You've done well, my little Padawan.
Oh, thank you, thank you. What else is there when you work in a place that just concentrates on beer? It's
dates. To make sure you serve beers who have the same expiry date, and you don't because otherwise, if you, especially when it comes to like Belgian beers, like Trappist and stuff like that, you don't want to sell beer that's got 6 months longer expiry date, because that means that beer is going to taste different than the other one.
Definitely. And also, if you have a beer that has shorter expiry date, if you have a beer that has shorter expiry date, that's also something you could save. So you should you can also use the new one.
Yeah, rotate stuff. That I've seen that in lots of bars that I've worked before, that people are a bit lazy when it comes to rotating beer.
Yeah, that's true. But I had a place, I'm not going to say what place, but I ordered a...
You say that a lot.
Yeah, I'm not...
You don't have to say that you don't have to say.
Fuck it. I was at this bar, and I ordered a Founders KBS. I think I paid 110 Swedish crowns for it.
That's a good price.
And I look at the bottle, because I tasted it first. Fuck, something this is not fresh. And I looked at the bottle. It expired like 5 years ago.
Well, good on you.
Good on me. I'm like, oh, a vintage KBS for 110 crowns.
That's good stuff.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to sit here and go back here again. So that's a pleasant surprise. But yeah, it's important to rotate.
Especially when it comes to hoppy and hazy. That kind of beer is actually best just when they brew it. Some brewers and some beer lovers will disagree with me there. And especially when it comes to the super hazy ones. Some people really think that they're better when they've had a couple of months. I'm actually one of them, because it mellows down the juiciness, and it's just, and the bitterness in the actual beer goes forward more, in my opinion.
Okay, yeah.
But this is not something. This is not a universal truth. This is my opinion.
That counts more. No. Yeah, because hoppy beers are supposed to be
drunk now.
Yeah, drunk now, because it's fresh. It's as soon as the beer is canned or kegged or what is it, bottled, it starts to die, basically.
Yeah, despite what we're seeing around us here,
not universal truth. No, it's, of course, when it comes to aging beer, there's a difference.
There's always exceptions from the rule, but the rule is beer is best fresh.
Yeah, and that's the universal rule.
Yeah,
but when it comes to aging beer and drinking aged beers, I think that's more of an interest and like the curiosity. What happens after a few years? Is it still good? What else can happen to the beer that's not there from the beginning?
I'd recommend everyone who works in any kind of beer bar, and even though you think you know quite a lot, go to a beer tasting.
Yeah.
You will learn something new. I go to beer tastings and I learn stuff all the time, and I've done this for over 20 years. So
yeah, it's and talk to your regulars, like the people hanging out there, and like the people you know that sit in your bar quite a lot. They drink a lot of different beers. They have a lot of knowledge as well.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
They've been in the game for a long time, some of them. So there's a lot of knowledge to get there as well. It's you're never fully learned. Be humble. And drink good beer.
It's hard to be humble when you know everything. And I don't.
Yeah.
Well,
the toughest thing about working in a beer bar, though, is all the carrying.
Oh yeah.
I mean, depends on how big the place is, of course, but it's...
Most people don't, guests don't see this, but we at least, we're in 2 hours ahead of opening. Our, warehouses are actually 5.5 floors down from the restaurant, so it's quite a bit away, and we sell a few beers.
Well, a little bit, I noticed.
So sometimes we do carry quite a lot of beer, and you actually, every Thursday, today, you're the one who receives all our deliveries of beer as well. So you're the main carrying guy.
Yeah, yay for me.
Well, it was actually your own choice.
I know. It's I think it's fun because I like to know what we have
and where everything is.
Where everything is.
So when I open up, I have to call you.
Yep. I'm a bit messed up that way. I just need to know, okay, that's that. I know where that is. I know where that is. So as soon as somebody changes anything, I get confused. I didn't put that there. Who's been here?
You're not the only one with OCD in this bar.
No, I know. It's quite a common trait with bartenders that they have OCD.
Yeah, well, everything has to be in the right place. This is an old French expression, mise en place. Everything in its right place.
Yeah.
Because then everything goes faster, you get everything delivered faster, and you got more time to speak to your customers.
Exactly. And it doesn't even have to be like you put something far away. I mean, when we arranged the whiskey menu, and our guy Micke rearranged the whiskey on the shelf because we have it in... Alphabetic order. Ugh. I think it was, let's say Loch Lomond, for example. I don't know which whiskey they want. I remember, but he moved it four spaces to the right.
And you just couldn't find it.
And I'm just standing there like, where the fuck is that bottle? And I'm running around and I'm asking my colleague and I'm like, oh shit. And I go back and I'm like, oh, there. It's literally in front of my eyes. But I couldn't see it because it had been there for like 6 months. And it moved four spaces. That little...
I find it weird that Glen Elgin stands before Glendronach. You know the reason why? Glen Elgin is 2 words. So Glen always comes before Glen something.
Jesus.
Well, have you noticed that on our whiskey shelf?
I don't think I've noticed that one.
No.
We have about 500 kinds on our shelf, so it's difficult to notice everything. Yeah, so not just a beer bar. We have a lot of whiskey as well, and that's when you're not like at the level of Mikke.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit hard to learn. You're good at whiskey.
I work with whiskey as well, so that's why. I don't know if there's so much more we can talk about being a Beertender.
Beertender. I think there are a few words I can say that really sums everything up. Keep your tap lines clean. Keep your glasses clean.
Don't be a snob.
No. And take care of the beer. And rather, for example, if you get a keg that is overcarbonized, rather send it back than serve it, because it's going to be a hell to serve it.
Yeah, and if something's bad, disconnect it, send it back.
Yeah, breweries are going to accept it. Like, at least 95% of them are going to accept that something went bad, because it happens. It's normal, because it's an industry.
Well, you're from the wine world from the beginning.
Yeah.
They normally say that before the screw corks thingy, screw top, I think it's called. Before that, 1 in every 10 bottles was faulty. And the shit happens with beer as well.
Yeah, and the most common thing with wine is the TCA bacteria. Because into the wine, it smells like molded... It smells like
molded cork.
Exactly, molded cork. And
I've actually had that in a couple of whiskies as well.
Oh, yeah, I noticed that once as well.
But things can happen to beer. Yeah. It might not be what you expect always, or the beer might be faulty. Send it back, take it off the lines, listen to your customers. If they say something wrong, try it.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the knowledge yourself, believe them. Give them something else.
Yeah, and get someone who knows.
Get someone who knows to try it. And,
not in front of the guest book, but for yourself,
mm-hmm.
within yourself.
Don't be afraid of giving people something else if something's wrong for them.
And the guests will get happier.
Yeah,
most of all.
Yeah, and give people samples, because people might not know what they want. Give people samples and listen to what they like, flavor wise. It's not that hard.
No, that's the most question I get is when people come in and they ask for like the Storstark, which is like a big, strong in English. They usually want
basically a normal light lager. Yeah, normal industrially produced lager.
Yeah, and I never give them just a light lager. It's not because I want to be a snob and like, oh, you're gonna get something else. No, I ask them what flavors do you like? Do you like bitterness? Do you like sweetness? And asking those questions, just what kind of flavors they like, I'll give them a sample of something that fits the profile of what they're explaining to me. And most of the time, they're like, wow, I like this. Well, that's a Belgium triple. There you go. Or that's an IPA. There you go. So it's
like people who come in and say they don't like beer.
Yeah.
And my only answer is, it's not that you don't like beer, it's that you haven't tried the beer you like yet.
Exactly. And I feel that's my job, most of all, is to find what people actually enjoy to drink.
Our job is not just serving. Our job is also to show people what beer can be.
Exactly. And speaking of what beer can be, we're gonna go.
Should we go for the third one as well?
Of course we are.
Okay.
I'm thirsty.
I'm working. And this is from a brewery that we interviewed not too far back, Thornbridge.
You want more? That's it.
Come on. Don't be shy. There we are. Thank you. And this is their Cocoa
Wonderland.
So it's a chocolate porter. How strong is that? 6.8.
Yeah,
I think.
It's a bit strong. I really like the Thornbridge Brewery. I mean, they have one of my favorite IPAs ever.
Jaipur.
Jaipur, yeah. Oh, a fresh Jaipur, as fresh as you can get it here.
Well, the thing is,
That's
Thornbridge
magic.
was one of the first English breweries who explored into modern beers, or like looked at the US a bit for inspiration. So they have the Jaipur is actually a traditional beer, but kind of modern profile. And this is their, as we said, their chocolate porter. And I haven't tried this yet.
I have, and I really enjoyed it.
So you think I'm in for a treat?
I think you are. But you know, I'm a sucker for porters and stouts. Cheers. I mean, you smell that first.
That's like opening up a bar of milk chocolate.
Yeah.
It smells like grown up chocolate milk.
It's chocolate milk for adults, man. It really is.
Really nice bitterness in the end. It's got lots of sweetness and lots of chocolate.
Creamy. It's very creamy.
But it's really dry in the end.
Yeah, but you still have that like dark chocolate laying around in the back as well with the bitterness.
It goes from milk chocolate to like Belgian 65-70% chocolate. Really nice.
Yeah, I enjoy this one a lot. It's
That's good stuff.
might be my new favorite from Thornbridge.
Should we turn everything off and just sit and enjoy our beer?
Yeah, we should. Do you have any questions about working in a beer restaurant or working with beer overall? You can always message us and ask. And
yeah, just comment something on our social medias or
write
whatever.
in DM us on Instagram.
Or email us at beer_bubbles_podcast@gmail.com.
Or become a patron.
Or become a patron and get all the extra materials and chances to win some really cool merchandise.
Yeah, we still have a lot of merch. Like tons of merch.
A lot.
We don't want it.
I actually put together now a bag of just Swedish microbreweries. Like things from Coppersmith, Oppigårds, Nynäshamn. We actually have a few of the 25th anniversary T-shirts that we're gonna raffle out.
Yeah, as you see on me now, I don't know if for those of you watching, I have a Bruxelles Suit shirt on, Dale's Pale Ale cap. I mean, I'm a beer merch whore
I've
forever. What do you have?
An Angry Share T-shirt from
Angry Share.
Angry Share from Tampa.
It's literally a share.
Yeah, it's a share.
A grey share. Is grey shares angry?
Well, it's a dark grey share on a light grey shirt. It's like it's angry.
It's angry.
Guys, take care of yourself, and whatever you do, drink better beer.